from the Disney Pixar storybook collection. This is CARS, Red's Tune-Up Blues. One morning, Red, the fire engine, woke up. The sun was shining in through the fire station door. It's the perfect day to plant a new garden, Red thought as he started his engine. Red's engine sounded funny. Pop, pop, pop. Now loud noises were coming out of his tailpipe. As his engine sputtered, Red tried to shrug it off. Hopefully whatever was wrong would go away, because Red did not want to go to Doc's clinic. He'd never been, but he sure didn't like the idea of being poked and prodded. Some of the tools Doc used were awfully loud. Just the thought of going upset Red's tank. Red decided to go for a drive. Maybe that would make him feel better. As he drove out of town, Red passed Lightning McQueen. "Hey, Red," McQueen greeted him. "How's it going?" Fine," Red replied shyly. Bang, bang. "Whoa," exclaimed McQueen. "That can't feel good. You okay?" "Mm-hmm," said Red. McQueen watched as Red drove away. He could hear that Red's engine wasn't firing right. He's probably afraid to get it checked out, thought McQueen. A few minutes later, McQueen got an idea. If he could get Red to race him to the clinic, maybe he could trick him into going inside. "Hey, Red!" McQueen shouted as he caught up to the fire engine, who was turning around. The little stretch of road that Red had already driven had made him feel worse, so he decided he would go back to town and work on the garden. Maybe that would help. "You want to race into town?" McQueen asked him. "I'll give you a head start. What do you say?" "Oh, no," said Red, sputtering. "You're too fast." "Come on, Red. I'll even drive backward, just like Mater taught me," insisted McQueen. "It'll be fun." "No thanks," said Red. "Have to plant my flowers." Pop! Red started driving toward town. McQueen headed into town too to find his friends. They wouldn't want Red to be sick. McQueen found everyone at Flo's V8 Cafe filling up on breakfast. "Good morning, mi amigo," Ramon greeted him. "Beautiful day, eh?" "Yeah, it is," said McQueen, "except for one problem." "What could that be?" asked Luigi, the tire shop owner. "Red's not running right," McQueen explained, as he pointed to the fire engine, who was starting to plant a garden across the street. "But he's afraid to go to the clinic." "Oh, shucks," said Mater, the tow truck. "I know how the poor fellow feels. I was scared my first time too. But Doc's a pro. He'll have Red fixed up before he knows what hit him." "We've got to get him to go there first," said McQueen. "That silly boy," said Flo. "Let me see if I can talk to him." Flo began to drive toward Red. Even from a distance, Flo could hear Red's engine rumbling. "Hey there, Red," she called out. "You're sounding a little rough this morning. When was the last time you went in for a tune-up?" "Oh, that's what I thought," said Flo. "Honey, you need to get yourself in there." Red looked down nervously. "How about," continued Flo, "you go get checked out. Then afterward, come by the cafe for a free tank of my best fuel." Gee, Flo, said Red. Thanks, but I'm all right. The truck went back to his flowers. I tell you, Flo said to her friends when she returned to the V8, that is one stubborn fire engine. Don't take it personally, baby, said Ramon, Flo's husband and the owner of Ramon's House of Body Art. Let me try. Ramon drove over to Red. Hey, my friend, you look like a guy who could use some brightening up. Hello, Ramon, said Red. I'm fine. No, really, man, Ramon said. It's today's paint shop special. A new coat of paint and a custom flame job. Free with a visit to Doc's. You'll be the hottest fire engine around. Thanks, Ramon, but no. Red continued with his new flower bed. Ramon could see Red wasn't making much progress. So far, he hadn't planted one flower. Ramon returned to Flo's. Couldn't talk him into it, he said. What that boy needs is some discipline, said Sarge, who had just driven in with his neighbor Fillmore. Sarge rolled over behind Red. Hut-toot, roared Sarge. Ah! Screamed Red. I order you to go to Doc's in the next 5 minutes and get yourself a thorough once-over, Sarge demanded. Red just looked at Sarge and shook his head. Don't you eyeball me, yelled Sarge. Get on the street and start rolling, soldier. Move it, move it, move it. Red looked down and began to cry. From across the street at Flo's, everyone could see that Sarge's method wasn't working. We'd better get over there before Red drives away, McQueen said to Sally, who had just rolled up. The two cars sped over. Mater, Luigi, Guido, Fillmore, Flo, and Ramon followed. Okay, Sarge, yelled McQueen. That's enough. Show him a little love, man, said Fillmore. Oh, well, I tried, said Sarge. He turned to Red. I didn't mean to scare you, Red. No hard feelings, I hope. It's okay, Red replied, swallowing a sob. After a minute, he stopped crying. Oh, it is so nice to see two friends make up, said Luigi. I tell you what, Red, since you are my friend too, I make you this promise. You go to the clinic, I give you new set of tires. What say you? Well, said Red thoughtfully, my tires are shabby. Everyone waited. Was Red finally going to agree to go? But I don't think so, the fire truck finished. Everyone groaned. They had been so close. It looked like they would have to come up with another idea. Then Mater thought of something. I'll take you to tractor tipping, the tow truck promised. Once you knock over a tractor and hear it snort, you'll be laughing so hard, you'll forget you even went to Doc's. Thanks, Mater, but no, said Red. And don't worry, friends, I'll be okay. Red turned away from the other cars and looked back down at his new flower bed. He sighed. He was so tired and he hadn't got very far. Bang! Pop! 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 Red's engine gurgled and more loud noises came out of his tailpipe. Dadgum, said Mater. I reckon that's about the worst sound I've ever heard come out of you. Sally decided it was time for one last try. She inched forward. Listen, Red, she said. We all know going to get a tune-up for the first time can be scary. But whatever is wrong could be easy to fix. If you don't go now, it could turn into a bigger problem later. None of us wants you to need a complete overhaul. We care too much about you. Red looked back at his friends. He knew what Sally said was true. Will you go with me? He asked Sally. Of course I will, she replied. We'll all go, said McQueen. We wouldn't let you go it alone, pal. Red smiled. Later that day, Red rolled out of the clinic. All his friends were waiting for him. That wasn't so bad, he told them. I feel great. Doc followed Red. He's all fixed up, guys, and healthy as a horse, Doc proclaimed. All right, Red, said McQueen. How about that race? Okay, said Red, and then I'll plant my flowers. You go ahead, said McQueen. I'll be ready when you are. Red revved his engine. Vroom! It sounded smooth as silk. He took off. As McQueen started to catch up, Red turned his siren on full blast. Woo! McQueen was so startled that he veered off of the road into the bushes. Sally, Doc, and the other cars giggled. Red smiled and sped forwards. It was good to be running on all cylinders.